Hello.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yeah, I can see
Oh,
you. So good. So I got the pictures. To me, everything looks pretty good. What do you see on your end?
in the center, I was wondering if I was wondering if there's a stitch in there because it's kind of hard. Right there. Like, let me see if I can get in front of the camera.
Top of the buttock crack.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I looked at the picture. I didn't see any. Um,
It's kind of rough. I
two
can just
op-
feel it.
you have two options. You could have someone there look at it, or when I see you down the road, we can take that stitch out. If it's a
Uh,
stitch, it may
oh,
be just scar tissue too.
okay. Because if this feels like maybe a cord or something, it's kind of hard.
Yeah, scars will be hard. Scars
Oh,
can be like a rope or a cord, so it
oh,
may be some of that scar tissue in there.
okay.
Kind of hard to say. Too early to say.
Okay. And then when you do like when you fill it in, will it look smoother? You think, or it's gonna stay like that?
No, we can make it look smoother. So when we move that fat around, that's that time when we can make it smoother.
Okay, and I was gonna ask you too. When I had asked you when I was there the first time about did you do incentives because I do a lot of advertising and what's her name Jada Green she just paid her deposit. She's been calling me from Real Self,
Okay.
and then Kizzy she told me she said well you're the reason why I went to Dr. Casson, and then somebody just called me named Michelle from California, and she wanted to know well why did you. It's like she was interviewing me like why did you hire Dr. Casson. I said because I did a lot of research. I looked at a whole bunch of doctors, and one thing about me, I do a lot of advertising. In order to convince a customer, you don't want to just tell them what you do, you show them what you do. And I said, Dr. Casson has the experience, and he can show you better than he can tell you. And
Yeah.
I said, that's the reason why I hired him. So did she decide to come to you, Michelle?
Yes. So we have Jada and Kizzy. Definitely. Thank you. And the other one, I think I meet with her soon. I don't
Okay.
know, but thank you very much for the referrals. And let me talk to Jane and Brenda and see what we can figure out.
Okay. Because I was wondering, like, can you do like a 2 for 1? can you can you fill me up a little bit like where above my hip where it like got the little dents?
Yeah, yeah. So I think we can do it. The filling up is a couple of factors going into it. Number one, you got to have the fat for me to move.
Okay.
So, some patients come to me and they don't have any fat and they want me to move fat. And I'm like, you don't have any fat. So just make sure when we
I've
meet again, we have enough fat.
because I've
Uh,
gained
you know,
7 pounds so far. It's been 5 months, so I'm
all right.
trying to
So
eat.
that's really good. So, so get the fat and the fat will be healthy fat. Then the other thing we have going on is when I transfer the fat, it's the pocket that I put it in. If the pocket is really tight and small, you can't get much fat in there. But if the pocket is loose and we can get fat in there, well, sure, we can put more in there. And then
Oh,
there's always, some plastic surgeons, 50% of the fat dies. Some plastic surgeons, 20% of the fat dies. The way I do it, about 20% dies. Just there's no way around it. So basically, we put in more than we think because we know we're going to lose about 20%. So
okay.
that's those are the factors. But yeah, we can fill that in, and I'll talk to. Thank you very much again for those referrals. I didn't know you were behind all those, so I appreciate that. So yeah, so we can figure something out. But thank
Oh,
you very much.
okay. Let's see. Can I take lower tabs instead of oxycodone when I come back?
Yeah, you're past that now, so you can take ibuprofen, a lead, even aspirin if you wish.
What
But
after the
yeah,
second
you're out of
surgery?
that. Yeah, you're out of that window now.
So when I have the second surgery, I don't have to take oxycodone with the recovery surgery.
Well, with the second surgery, we still don't want you on any aspirin or any what we call non-steroidal anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen. So no
Okay.
aspirin, no ibuprofen products. So usually the Percocet works pretty well. There are other pain medications. If you don't like the Percocet, that we can guide you towards too.
So lower tabs is that like an aspirin?
Yeah, now Lortab you can do. There's some Lortab pills. There's Lortab elixir, like a syrup, whichever you wish.
And do I get a pain pump with this second surgery too?
We can do that. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. And let's see. Do I have to remind you when I come? Do I have to remind you?
Yeah, what I'll do is I will put it on our little checkoff list. Remind me, definitely, but I'm going to put it on our little checkoff list of what we talked about today.
And then, how late? I mean, how long would it be before I could take a shower? Would it be like 2 weeks after recovery surgery?
No, usually if we're doing just lipo and then fat transfer, I would say maybe about 4 days.
Oh, okay. And how long do you think I will stay? I need to be there like 2 weeks or?
No, I think what we're just planning is the lipo and the fat transfer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for that, I only need you in town 4 nights after the surgery. Then you can fly back.
Oh, okay. And then how will I sit? Because I don't want to flatten it. I don't want to mess it up.
Yeah. So sitting, we're very careful. We want you not sitting on it for 3 weeks.
Okay. So like on the plane?
Exactly. So for the plane, we'll give you a special pillow. So you're going to sit on the back of your thighs and not on your butt. And you bring that on the plane with you. That's sort of all included in our package.
Oh,
so you'll get a special, what we call a BBL pillow. And that'll at least get you back home. And then we don't want you sitting on it for about 3 weeks. And you can use that pillow on even the chair you're using right now.
Okay. And then you think I need to come back for a second surgery if my fat dies?
I don't think so. I mean, if you want really big butt, yeah, okay, maybe. But I think usually just one surgery should fix you.
Because I'm satisfied right now. It's just the dents. Because I've been doing those leg lifts. I'm doing a 30-day challenge.
Okay, good.
Have you been keeping up with my post on your group?
I personally haven't, but my office looks into that. Which group is it?
The anti-silicone injection group on Facebook.
Oh yeah, okay, very good. So I'll look at that today.
Because I get a lot of the phone calls. I think they come from Real Self, and they come from that group. Because I post a lot of pictures, and then I'm doing the 30-day challenge with the what they call it, the squats. And in 2 weeks, I can already see a big difference. And I put those pictures on there, and people can see it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I saw the pictures and all those dresses, the flower dresses and the red. That all looks really good.
Yep. So it's just the dents. It's like this part right up in here. This is my main concern. I just hope that, can you see it? Like a little, that dip. Do you think?
Yeah. So that should be good for fat transfer. I think we can fill that in.
Okay. Because like when you look at my picture, like one hip looks like a little kind of pointed. See, I'm satisfied with this hip over here. I like how this one looked, but this one was the problem hip.
Right.
So I was wondering, could you add a little bit underneath it and on top, maybe make it look smooth like the one on the right side?
Yeah, we can. We can.
Okay. Let me see. Make sure I asked all my questions. Oh yeah, will I be able to use my arms? Because when I had my first surgery, I was crawling. I was using my hands to lift myself to lay flat. But if I be getting my arms lipo, will I be able to do that?
Oh yeah, you'll be able to use your arms. The arms may just be a little sore, but not like incapacitated. So I think that should be fine. You'll be able to use your arms. Yeah.
So the pain. Do you think this surgery is way better than that very first surgery as far as my pain and everything?
Yeah, that first surgery is big surgery, a lot of unfortunately pain involved. So this liposuction surgery is not nearly as painful as the first surgery.
Because see, I wasn't painful because you told me to take 2, so I only dealt with itching. I didn't deal with major pain.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Usually, most patients have more pain. But, I imagine for this one, maybe you'll take the pain medication for 2 or 3 days, and then you may be off the pain medication even before you fly home.
Okay. Can I do the same thing like you told me, take 2 every 6 hours?
Yeah, you can, depending on the strength of the Lortabs, if you want to go with Lortab.
Okay. Well, I know the Percocet, they really work. I may just have to deal with the itching.
Okay. Did you get itching every time you took the Percocet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you're probably allergic to the Percocet. Um, so there are some other medications we can try that may not give you the itching and still get rid of the pain.
Okay. I think I'll try that because I know I do not deal with any pain. It's just the itch.
Yeah. So that pain pump should help you with that pain post-operatively. We'll make sure that gets to you.
Okay. I don't need a catheter, will
You don't need it, but if you want it, we can keep it in for a couple of days. Again, it just makes the recovery easier, so you don't
I?
have to get up and down to go to the bathroom.
Okay. I go ahead and get it then.
Okay. All right.
Okay. I have my cousin come with me this time, so I don't have to worry about getting tortured like I did the last
Oh,
time.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it's always easier with a responsible adult friend or relative. It just makes your ambulation and taking care of yourself just much easier.
So will I have 2 visits after my surgery if I'm there for 4 days?
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, if you stay 4 days, yeah. So usually, definitely one, and we could probably even squeeze in another one. So we'll probably get you 2 visits.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
I think I asked everything. Looking at my notes. Let's see. I get labs done next week, and I was real nervous about it because it looked like I had lupus, but I didn't have lupus back then,
all
and I think
right.
it was because of that stuff I had inside of me.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested in what your labs show too. So when you get the results, send them to us, and we'll take a look at them. Um, it's possible that the lupus could have been, or maybe the early lupus could have been started because of the injections. And it's possible now the injections are gone, maybe all that lupus business, maybe it's gone. Hard to say.
Okay. Okay. And let's see. Um. So I know I gained 7 pounds. It's been 5 months, and I'm thinking like, you said to gain 20 pounds, but say if I only gain 14 pounds, do I have to reschedule and come later or?
No, but the more fat, the better. The more fat, the better.
Okay. So me taking protein shakes, does that help with weight gain or is that muscle?
It does. The protein shakes and powders, it helps you build muscle, but it's also a good source of calories. So to gain weight, I would eat things like pasta, carbohydrates, rice, things like that.
Okay. Okay. What were you about to
And you're
say?
doing the exercises already, so that's good.
Okay. And what were you about to say? I think you were about to say something. I cut you off.
Yeah, so the more weight you bring to us, to the table, then the more fat we can transfer. So,
Okay.
yeah. And then in terms of when is your next surgery date,
I
roughly?
think March 8th, 2023. Because I think I make March 6th. I got to do my COVID test.
Yeah, so that gives you, all the Thanksgiving and all the end of the year to sort of bulk up and get some more weight on you.
Okay. Because I've been eating. And then, like, some of the women who have, like, the SpongeBob looking butt that look like a tank, how does that happen? Is that because their butt is too flat? Or?
That's a really good question. So I think it's probably because people were sitting and laying on it too early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you have a nice rounded buttock and then you sit on it, you can change that circle into a flat square. So we see that.
So I need to stay off my butt. And just from the way my butt look, does it look like my butt would be round like the other black girl you just did?
I think we get a good shape out of it. I really do. I really do.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try to eat more. I'm trying my best. I'm eating ice cream. I'm eating everything.
Yeah, carbohydrates are the way to gain the most weight for women.
But if you need to take some for my inner thigh and my arms, my back, could you do it? Or because I remember one time you didn't recommend getting inner thighs.
Yeah, well, take a look at your inner thighs. Usually, the problem with the inner thighs is if we take enough fat, then the skin gets wrinkly. Oh. And then you need a thigh lift.
Oh no, I don't want to mess with that.
We'd rather take it from your hips and your tummy and maybe the arms, maybe even on the back, just wherever we can find it. Thighs, we'll take it if we need to, but it's not our first choice.
Oh no, I'll leave the thighs alone. Just do the love handles, the back, my arms. Trying to get like a linebacker. Hopefully I'll be like the Pillsbury Doughboy when I come and see you.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, very good. So you'll let me know what the labs show. I will talk to Brenda and Jane about the pain pump. And again, thank you very much for those referrals. And we're going to check on that Facebook chat group.
Okay. All right. And then you can see about what you can do with the price.
Yeah. So I'll have them work on
that. Okay. Thank you.
All right, sure. My pleasure, Pam. Okay. Nice to see you.
All right. Nice to see you too. Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.